Come on. All right, we're live from the Scout Shed. Beer in hand. I got Throttle Fiend joining me right now. If anybody else wants to join, go ahead and click on the link in the comments. There's only 3 of us watching. Probably 2 of us are right here. So, going to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to do the giveaway for the gloves at some point here. I just want to make sure there's enough people actually watching. That was one of my requirements too. You actually have to watch this. I don't care if you watch it later on, but if you signed up for these, 13 people were in the giveaway, so that's not too bad. Didn't matter what color you picked, didn't matter what size. KEMIMOTO was nice enough to do this. They also did it for somebody else too. So there's also in the video for the giveaway, there's a 50% discount if you want to buy them off of Amazon if you didn't win, which I thought was nice because they actually lowered the price too. I showed you guys in the live stream chat. They were like $8 or $9 with free shipping. So they were like $20 the first time I did the giveaway. So that's not bad.
Can't beat that.
No. Like I said, these gloves have been awesome. I wore that one pair to VAM. You know, we've got rain a couple times here and there, but those gloves have held up good all summer. Not that I've ridden a lot like last year, but the stitching's been really good in them. That's usually the first place they start to fail, that or the material. So, like I said, they held up. They look like brand new still.
Yeah, I remember seeing them out when we went to VAM, and I was impressed.
Yeah.
Hey, Matt's in the house. Woohoo!
Hey, Matthew Boyce. Yeah, he's a fellow Indian Scout rider. He's been following me. He's one of the last people to sign up. A couple other people did after him, but let's see. How many people?
Speaking of which, I don't want to be that guy, but I know you said that they don't have to watch live, but you want to make sure they watch the video. I would put a phrase in this video at some point and say, you gotta put the phrase in or something. I don't know, whatever.
I did that. I kind of made people during my 1,000 subscriber giveaway and this one. I kind of made people just to make sure they were paying attention. Comment this in this video and comment what I wanted in the other video. And that's what 13 people did it. You know what I mean? And I honestly didn't care if they went back and watched that video. They obviously had to watch the giveaway video to know what to do. But I know a lot of people like to skip through videos, and it gets old.
Yeah.
Somebody will comment on something like the first 5 minutes of a video and then gone, or they'll skip.
I'll be the first to admit I don't watch everybody's video. I don't have the time. But that being said, if I click on your video, you can be 100% sure I will watch from beginning to end.
Well, that's what
I didn't catch everything, but when I do catch it, I watch the whole thing.
I had a hard time this summer watching everybody's videos. But what I was doing, I was putting everybody in the watch later list. I just started watching everybody's VAM 21 videos like this week. And I'm like, I felt bad. I wasn't ignoring anybody. It's just like I didn't watch hardly any YouTube this summer at all. I'll probably start watching Sturgis videos in December.
Now, with us, all of us in the Northeast, that's our time. As much time as I had off with this, I still didn't watch a whole lot of YouTube.
Yeah, that's what, it's at one point I think when I started watching the other day, I had 57 videos in my watch later list. I'm like, I got to get going on some of these, There was a lot of good videos. I just never got to them. So now I'm going to try to clear that list out in the next week or so. Start maybe getting some of the Sturgis videos in there. I know there's some good ones. I'm also a little jealous I didn't get to go this year, so.
You and me both.
Yeah. That's what I was hoping to have something this month too, get together, but I'm like, at this point it's just been dragged out, Well,
it's also been tough for us now that we're down to one vehicle. No bike, and we got rid of the Sulfs, and all we have is the Sportster, and I'm trying to hold out getting a second vehicle, although I think it's going to happen sooner than I'd like to, because with the wife now back in nursing school, she's going all the way out to, like, I don't know if you know the area, but Batavia. She's got to go out to Batavia for for classes, and with me working at the hospital too, it just
yeah. Have you? Not that I want to talk too much about the Rona. Have you had an upswing up that way at all?
Not really. Obviously working in a hospital, we're, lock, stock, and barrel. We wear masks everywhere. I mean, I'm only in the office 2 days a week. I was Monday and Friday before, up until like a couple weeks ago, but now this is my first week back. Monday was my first day back. And actually, that's one of the reasons why I'm wearing my brace right now is I overdid it on Monday, and I've been paying the price since. But so my new days are going to be Wednesdays and Fridays. So I'm only in 2 days a week. We were hermits before the Rona, so it is what it is.
Yeah, I'm actually supposed to be working right now, but my daughter had a orthodontist appointment. It was my turn to take her. So, but that was one of the comments I made. We were driving the car. I'm like, I miss coronavirus right now because there's too many damn people on the road again.
Yeah, that was it's horrible as it was for as many people. Obviously, everything that's going on, the people have been affected in one form or another. That was one thing that I really enjoyed last year. I mean, I got my low rider S in July, and from July, I mean, I rode up through into December. And then earlier in the year, obviously before the wreck, it was nice. It was nice. Yeah. There was one positive.
Yeah. The other positive, at least you got the VAM 21 trip before the accident.
Yeah.
My first road trip, 2019, when we did that, it's not technically the Hootenanny, but which HDR says it's not the Hootenanny, but to me that was my first Hootenanny down in West Virginia. So, it was, my buddy was supposed to go with me. The only ride he ever planned on going out of town with me. He falls down at work like the day before we leave and gets a concussion. It took him a year to recover from that concussion too. He literally had his bags packed on his bike. He was working Wednesday night, fell down, hit his head, and he didn't recover. Like his hearing was gone for a little bit, and he was all screwed up. And now he's retired, and I see him even less. So he's the one that's supposed to be going out and riding with me. He's retired now, and we've ridden one time this summer. Now my summer's over. So,
well, I will tell you this. You're 2 hours away from me. That's nothing for me. Next year, let's make a plan to ride more, man.
Yeah. I keep getting stuff from Zero in my email all the time. I guess they got some new package coming out for one of their bikes too. And it's like a limited edition. I'm like, one of these days I'll get out there. Like I don't care if I'm jumping on a Sportster S. Honestly, there's so many people doing the Sportster S videos. I haven't ridden any other Indian than my own. I don't even care if I jump on another Indian. I don't care what it is. I'll go jump on a Grom. If somebody wants to let me borrow a Grom, I'll go do a video. If I get desperate enough, I might take my Troy-Bilt tractor out for a video. My little pony, I call it. See, we got a few people, 9 people. My daughter's in there. Ricky, not so much.
I said hello to her.
I got BD Ryder. We know him well. My daughter, of course.
Yeah, Motos and Minis is here as well.
Is he in there? I didn't see. There he is. Okay. Yeah, he's signed up for the giveaway.
Motos and Minis. It's actually funny that you would mention that. I'm doing a lot of research right now on different bikes, Matt from Motos and Minis, and I tell you, man, I keep getting. I mean, as much as I love Harleys, I keep getting pulled away, man. I'm loving that Chief, that Challenger, the Indian Challenger, and God love me, I'm really starting to like what I'm seeing out of the Goldwing.
I was getting nervous the other because like VAM 21, PA Bearded Biker had that issue with his alternator on it.
Yeah,
which you never hear of a Honda breaking down. You know what I mean? So, but he made me nervous the other day. He had a picture on Instagram and Facebook with his bike torn apart. I go, don't tell me. But I guess he was redoing something with the trunk on the back of the bike. So I'm like, man, he's going to have bad luck. I was almost going to say he has it parked in a garage painted for a Harley because he did that custom garage in his house. It's all painted Harley colors, and to say he probably gave himself bad luck parking a Honda in there. But
well, I will say this. I've said in previous videos that I will always at some point have a Harley of one form or another in my garage. And I do truly believe that. It's just where I'm headed next is mostly wanting to do long distance riding. And I obviously proved with the Lowrider S that it can be done.
Right.
Was it optimal? No. But again, all I had on it was a sissy bar.
Right.
And my butt buffer seat cushion. I didn't have anything else for it. So I love that. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd have two bikes. I'd have one for long distance touring and one for around town. And, maybe the two could somehow cross over here and there. But, I mean, I'm not leaving any option off the table. I want to test ride everything before I make a decision. That's one of the things that, at least around my area, I know a lot of other people and other more, they have more options, like say down in Florida where there's a Harley dealership on like every other corner, like a Starbucks, they'll let anybody test ride. Around here, you need to like have your firstborn before they'll even let you sit on it, let alone test ride it. And I'm like, I've done that already with 3 bikes. I will never, ever buy another bike again without test riding it.
Right. That's our last demo for Indian around here was 2019, Roar on the Shore. And I'm kicking myself now for not jumping on another bike and trying it out. But let's see. I'm not like I would pretty much ride any bike, honestly. I mean, yes, I do. That's my preferred bike. Super cheap. Yeah. If somebody handed me $25,000, said go out and buy a bike tomorrow, Super Chief would be parking in here next to my Scout. But I'd never get rid of that bike. I think that's going to be a lifetime. As long as nothing happens to it, I'm going to keep that bike. Like I said, right now, there's nothing Harley-wise necessary that I want. BMW doesn't interest me that much. They got a new touring bike with a fairing. My biggest thing with BMW, one, the name. That's kind of anal. I mean, not to be a dick, but Beamer.
For me, the closest dealership is I think it's in Pennsylvania for me, and the closest dealership within New York is like 5 hours away.
Yeah, I think there may be a place down by Cleveland. I'm not sure. There's a lot down in that area between Cleveland and like a couple hours south of there. There's Triumph. I want to go try out a Triumph really bad. Like I said, Zero. We got Zero up in Buffalo. They keep contacting me. Who else was that? Oh God. There's those 3-wheeled ones that I can't think of the name of it right now. It's the ones with 2-wheel drive, and I can't think of the name of it right now. If Farmer Troy was watching, he's probably sleeping right now because he's working night shift. But God, I can't. It's that Russian name, and I can't think what the hell.
Ural or Earl?
Yeah, Rural. But they sell those down in Meadville, Pennsylvania right now. So I said that'd be kind of cool. I guess people have a lot of issues with the engines and stuff on those. So unless I write it and check it out myself, yeah. I see. I can't say it. I keep on to say Rurik. But everybody talks about Rurik so much, so let's see. Hopefully I can get somebody else to come on here. Be nice to fill up the panel a little bit.
Definitely.
Before I do the giveaway. How many people are
like I said on Instagram, I wasn't going to enter because obviously I'd rather see somebody who could actually use them, but definitely I had to be here to support you, brother. Yeah,
I got 3 pairs right now too. I had they sent me a pair so I could do the giveaway this time around. And then I had the pair from the last time, and somebody didn't contact me the last time. I'm like, if you're not going to come back, yeah. That goofy bastard said he's driving right now. Hey, watch the road. There might be a bike out there somewhere. Watch the road.
Yeah, please do.
Yeah, Matthew Boyce says they're pigs. I rented one once. It was the worst bike I ever rode. Yeah, I don't, I'd go ride anything. Like I said, I don't care. There's a lot of electric bikes that are coming out, like little, $5,000-$6,000 jobs. They're unfortunately, that's about as cheap as they go. I mean, maybe, 30 miles an hour, 40-mile range. I'd still go test it out. Unfortunately, that's going to be the wave of the future. I'm old school. I've got the Fairlane. I love old school hot rods. I love that smell of lead gasoline and all the additives. So, but unfortunately, at some point, they're probably going to be gone. I know that new truck I'm looking at, that's the first one that's coming out as a base model hybrid. So, and of course, like I've talked about, I already ordered one, but I'm not getting the hybrid. I don't really want the hybrid anyway, because I want all-wheel drive for around here. So, hopefully,
yeah, I gotta admit, since you started putting out information on those, Christopher, I've actually been looking into them. I think, like I said, I'm trying to hold off as long as I can. I'd like to wait until Mrs. Fiend graduates from nursing school before we get another vehicle, if we can help it. But that Maverick, man, for the price, it's a sweet freaking truck.
Yeah, I wish there was one demo drive on YouTube this week, and Ford made them take it down because they don't want to have the driving review videos out for it yet, because they only have the pre-production trucks out. Mm-hmm. But there's a couple Ford dealerships that have pretty big YouTube channels. One of them's out of Canada. The Canadian one is actually pretty informative, because he talks about how, the Mavericks, basically, I don't normally like to look into a vehicle the first year it comes out.
Right.
But the actual drivetrain and every component in that is already in the Ford Escape. And that's, Ford Escape's been around forever.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the 2-liter. There's a bunch of whiners. I follow the Facebook pages and all that shit. And people, I didn't get, they ordered it. They started doing the orders in like June. I waited till August to get mine in. And honestly, I don't care. I'm still paying on my Sportage. They gave me a decent trade-in, but I got to get it to where it's my trade-in and how much I owe on it's even, so I don't have to keep paying on it. But there is already companies that are doing measurements for aftermarket. Like I guess there's a SEMA garage. They let people go there and measure everything from like the floor mats. All the companies that do the tonneau covers are already measuring for it. So, I just wish I could get in with that kind of a group, and, because they were doing like training trucks too, where they were driving them to different dealerships. So the mechanics could look at them, the salesman could look at them, ride. So I went to a really small dealership. He was the first one to contact me. Some of the big dealerships, they don't want to contact you right away. Like after I ordered mine, it was like 3-4 weeks later. Oh, are you interested in ordering? I go, no, I already did. You guys waited a month. I ordered on August 7th. I got people asking me if I want to come look into it like last week. Like, no, they're giving it.
Kind of like the Marine Corps. I joined the Army, and then right after I joined, I had a bunch of Marine Corps recruiters calling me.
Yeah.
A little late.
Yeah, what was I going to say? They end up giving it to me right at MSRP. So, of course, you pay your destination fees and all that garbage. You can't get around it.
Yeah.
But, they were trying to help me out by doing the bed liner, spraying bed liner there so I could get it a little quicker. I guess that's one of the things that's holding up some of the orders, really, is the spraying bed liner. I guess stuff like just little things here and there. But I guess they're not really having the issue with the chips. I guess they have new chips that they're using on the newer trucks versus the older. I guess the older ones had to have multiple chips for different things. Mm-hmm. That's all too high tech for me. I can't get into that crap. I know how to run a GoPro, and I figured out how to do a live stream. That's about as high tech as I get, you know. So, but yeah, let me see. Black Phoenix is here. Anonymous is still here. He was our first victim to watch today. He was on before I even started the live stream. So, let me see. Who is? I'll read off the names of the 13 people. I want to see who's actually on here right now. Adventure Tomek, he was one of the ones that signed up. I haven't seen him on here yet. He was actually the first one. Easy Rider Greg, I don't see him on here at all. Bad Bobber, he was one of the first third person. I thought I saw him, maybe. But yeah, I'll just read off. Goofy Bastard, Small Adventures, Howard Moto, Motos and Minis, Larry 68, met him down at VAM 21. BD Rider, of course, M Motorcycles, Matthew Boyce, LV Blackhawk. I just started following their channel. You just started following mine. And Tetronius Rides. Those are the 13 people that actually have their names in. I'll probably do the drawing here soon. I'm already 20 minutes in. So, but if I call your name and you watch this video later, you have to contact me. There you go. Let me see. But you'll have to, I put it down in the description of the live stream too. You'll have to either direct message me on Lawson Ranger Instagram or email me. My Gmail is listed in my YouTube About section. So that's about it. I don't see anybody else wants to come on the live panel with us. I'm halfway through my first beer, so. But let's see. My daughter was on here earlier.
She got smart and left.
Yeah. She likes to show up for those once in a while.
We met her on with the Old Spice crew before.
Yeah. I'm thinking we'll probably start that up maybe toward the end of October. That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to discuss that again. It depends. If we start having a really good October for weather again, I might not want to waste my Sunday sitting in the shed.
I don't blame it. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, please. Just because I'm down, down for the count. Definitely. Everybody else should get out and ride as much as they can.
Yeah, you just have to get the wrist workouts going so you're strong and ready to go.
I'm going back to PT again. I go to PT twice a week. I go back to PT tomorrow.
Yeah, I usually like to do it at home. I don't do it in public. I do it at home. So, but let's see. I haven't seen my wife commenting on here, so she's probably not watching. I'm safe. But yeah, she's. I just wanted to say I don't know if Addison's still on here or not, but I missed her triathlon yesterday, and she's doing a summer series, and that was the last one last night. She had a PR. She had her best time. And she's about 1 minute off the record for her age group. So her weak point, unfortunately, was running. They had a really good day on yesterday. The weather kind of started dropping down temps. So it was a hot, brutal summer. Even though we had all that rain, it was definitely hot around here and muggy.
You know what? Even when I was younger and in the military and had to run, it's something I've never really liked. I get really bad shin splints, and when I was in my late teens and early 20s, I could fight through it. I'll be 50 in January. I can't do that shit.
Yeah, I was competitive in running right up till 2017, and like the last 2 years, I would get like a little bit of an injury. I'd get back from the injury. And just my times were horrible at races anymore, and it just got defeating. So, that McStash is here.
Hey, Jason!
I have a Brave Wolf T-shirt coming. I missed part of a conversation, maybe. Yeah, Brave Wolf is awesome. I have one of his original logos, stickers that still say Indian on them. I guess he was running into an issue with Indian having their name on there, so he just does the war bonnet without it. But I mean, he's making money off it, so I can't blame him. I mean, I can't just start making New York Yankees shit and selling it on eBay. You know what I mean? Without getting in trouble for it. So All right, we're 25 minutes in, so I don't know how many people are getting ready for bed here watching this, but like I said, if you are one of the 4 winners, I'm only going to draw the 4 names, and if you don't contact me, you know, I gotta let KEMIMOTO know, because they're actually going to order and ship directly to you. So that's why I want you to contact me. So contact me. I don't want everybody putting their addresses and shit in the comments. You know what I mean? There's enough weirdos out there. I already got companies sending me shit left and right to review. So let me see. How many people? That says 10 people. I'm probably not going to get much better than that on the Thursday night. So I can't pull off Rocket Rider 510 live stream numbers anymore. I don't even know if he does it or not. I missed those. I used to like to jump on those once in a while. So let me see. All right. If you need to skip through the video to get to this point to see if you're part of the giveaway. There. I gave you the ticker so at least you could skip through the 25 minutes. Like I said, I'm not going to contact anybody. If you want your gloves, go ahead and message me, Lawson Ranger, on Instagram, or like I said, email me. I'm going to need everybody's addresses. I'll have to give the addresses and stuff to KEMIMOTO. I'm sure I guess they're sending them from a warehouse here, because that was one of their rules, that it had to be from the United States this time around. They were sending it from a local warehouse. So I'm pretty sure they're a Japanese company, but I don't know. I really should know a little bit more about them than I do. Actually, it's been nice working with them. I wouldn't mind working with them a little bit more for other stuff, because I know they make other motorcycle products and off-roading products. And like I said, I never would have ordered or owned a pair of gloves like this with the knuckle protectors. I always hated them. I always thought, I don't want those hard knuckle protector things on there, you know, but actually you don't even notice it while you're riding. So
yeah.
But all right, enough BS. Let's I mentioned the names already a little bit earlier. I'm going to go ahead and do a drawing now. I got one of my lovely hats. If you'd like to trade for one of my hats, message me. I know a few other people have hats and t-shirts I'd like to trade for. I think I've only given out a couple of them. I got a few left, so let's see. All right, let's go. I'm going to draw 4 names. Those 4 people are the winners. If you don't contact me, then you don't get anything. If you can't sit here and watch the video, or at least where I've got the KEMIMOTO giveaway in the live stream, if you can't figure that much out, then you lose. All right, first name. I go old school on these. Easy Rider Greg, you're the first winner. I will set your name off to the side.
He's a good guy. He gave me him and Mr. G gave me my first shout outs way back when.
Yeah, it looks like they had a pretty good turnout for a minivan. I would have liked to have gone to that too, but I think once a year to that is probably enough. All right, we'll go to the next one here. Who else is in this? Let's see. Next name is, oh, there we go. BD Rider. I think he won. I know he won during my last one, I believe. I lucked out on postage. I only had to mail one thing to Canada. I think 2 of the other things were Pennsylvania. And actually, Purple on 3. I ended up just taking hers down the van and giving her her winning. So, because I gave away those cups. I bought those cups myself. Those are actually nice cups. All right. The third name. I'm trying to find the camera on there. Petronius Rides. You're the 3rd winner of the giveaway. All right. One more person. Yeah, he's not going to be able to show up at my house. I don't actually have the gloves in my possession. They're actually getting mailed from KEMIMOTO. Like I said, if you win, you got to give me your address so I can send it off to KEMIMOTO. Hopefully they don't start. You never know. They might.
On my way.
Yeah, if you want one of mine that I've already worn all summer with sweat and whatever else in them, I've got 3 pairs. I might have to start wearing 1 pair for riding the lawnmower. All right, last one. I'm not drawing any more names after this. So there we go. Larry 68. You're a winner.
Another awesome gentleman.
So those were the 4 winners for the giveaway. I will say them one more time, and then I'll never speak your name again. So, God, I can't find the camera on here. There you go. Petronius Rides, you're a winner. Make sure you contact me, please. Yeah, the light's horrible in the shed tonight. Easy Rider Greg. Of course, BD Rider. He's always a winner in my book anyway. And Larry 68, he's definitely one that comments on my videos all the time.
He's commented on every single video I've ever put out.
But those are the 4 winners. I'm not going to announce your name ever again unless you enter another giveaway, which I don't know when that's going to be. So I didn't make you wait too long. I made you sit 30 minutes through a live stream. So I really didn't plan out too much more than that. I was hoping maybe some people would come on and have something to talk about. Any events coming up. I know, I don't know if he's still here or not. Oh, I haven't seen him post in a while. Ricky Not So Martin, he's not. I don't know if he's still in the chat right now.
He was earlier. I don't know if he's still on, but he was earlier.
He's an ambassador for Indian. Mm-hmm. They're actually having a meetup down in Tennessee. I think it's in Tennessee. I think it's right at the beginning of October in Tennessee. It's like a 700-mile shot one way. I thought about it. Like I said, I'm getting to the point now where I want to start making money for next year. And I'm like, that's why I'm getting away from continents. If there's a meetup within like an hour, couple hours, I'll go. You know what I mean? I still want to ride to see other people. So anyway, those are the 4 people that won. Like I said, contact me through the 2 methods I mentioned earlier. I'm not mentioning that again either. If you're too lazy to watch, and you don't get shit from me or KEMIMOTO. But that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But let me see. I'm gonna put the link up in the banner or up in the comments again. See because if anybody's got anything they want to mention, any meetups or anything, let me see. They can come on. You know, I still want to promote stuff. I know most of the summer stuff's pretty much done now with the 2 VAMs and the World Record Poker Run are both done. I know there's 5 Dirty Bikers thing this week. Is it this weekend?
Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, Geared Raven Mary, she was getting ready to go, and she caught the corona too. So she's down at home in Florida. She's not going to be making the trek up.
No. Huh. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I mentioned that Indian thing down in Tennessee. God, I don't know. Somebody was going to have something at the tail of the dragon too, and I don't remember who. It was another scout writer that had mentioned that. There was a group on Facebook that was going to have like a kind of a loose meetup of like Indian scout riders and go do like the tail of the dragon and shit. But I don't know. I haven't heard any more about it since July. It was something I kind of looked forward to. Considered that too. I considered a lot. I considered going down to the Bikes, Blues, and Barbecue. I know that got canceled. The official one got canceled anyway, but they are moving it. I know Sinister was going to that.
Yeah, Lake of the Ozarks.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's the Badgers are actually in Pennsylvania. I hope. They were stuck in Ohio for like the last 3 days. I feel bad for them. But
yeah, Matt from Motos with Minis just put in the chat that the World Record Poker Run meeting for Badgers and whoever else is with them are on Whitehall, Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there's a Harley dealership down there. I watched a couple of their Facebook live streams. Yeah, there's a Harley dealership. They're having a bike night, but I think what they've been doing after the poker run, they've been going to like their different sponsors and stuff, I guess.
Right.
So they just, You know, they're up here in the north riding while it's still somewhat safe to ride in the north. They just didn't luck out. They hit Ohio and they're that Ida or whatever just sat there. So, but let me see. Yep, Keystone Harley. I want to go. There's one in the Poconos they just built. Like this year, last year, they rebuilt that.
It's huge. And not only that, but Rick Petco from American Chopper, he does a lot of custom work there.
Yeah, because I know I follow him on I think Instagram. He does like custom knives and stuff too.
Yeah, a lot of Damascus steel stuff. His work is incredible.
Yeah, I always liked Rick. Rick was always, you know, he was stuck in the middle of that BS between the father and son. So I like those shows. You know what I mean? That's people give shit like that flack, but they're not building bikes that are riding all over, you know, but they were making money hand over fist for years with those choppers. Hey, Road Reality. Let's see. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone down to Whitehall too. Actually, if it would have been a week or two earlier, I had nights off. I'm back on full-time nights again.
Right, I remember, yeah.
And then starting Monday, I'll be back Monday through Friday, my day job too. So, like I said, I'm going to be making money, but I'm going to be tired as hell. But yeah, I would have liked to actually met up with them. They were in Ohio. I would have rode down to 80 or wherever, which way they were going to get to Whitehall, because that's closer to Philadelphia, I believe. The Keystone. There's
about 4 hours from me.
Yeah, Philly. I think it was like 4.5, 5 hours, something like that. But yeah, Pocono Mountain Harley's freaking huge. I've seen posts of that. I mean, like I said, it looks like you're like a big cabin or a resort or something. It's a Harley dealership. I went to that Harley dealership down in Dubois, or as Google Maps like to say, Dubois, Pennsylvania. That's funny. They kept saying, my wife and I went down there. Our 10th anniversary was last month. We went down a week afterwards just to go to some wineries and breweries and stuff. But there was a Harley dealership, Dubois Harley Davidson. That was actually PA Bearded Bikers area. But they had two turtles walking around in the dealership. My wife goes, holy shit, there's a turtle walking there. I go, yeah, you're lucky it's not a snake. My wife would have ran out the door and never went back again. I thought that, I don't know, snake crawling around probably would have freaked me out a little bit too. But yeah, Keystone is 60 miles northeast of Philly. Yeah, that's the other part of Pennsylvania. So, east side.
Only dealership in Pennsylvania I've ever been to was the one at near State College.
Yeah.
That's a pretty nice dealership there.
Yeah, I was going to try. I keep looking at different routes for iron butts and different traveling, and I haven't put a meetup together since COVID last year. So, and frankly, with all the damn rain, I feel like I'm bad luck lately. But kind of like one of the areas I want to kind of ride to is the Poconos. I think the riding's got to be excellent there.
Oh yeah.
And then Adirondacks.
Yeah, Adirondacks are really nice. I mean, I've been to both Poconos and Adirondacks many, many, many times, but they've all been through in a car. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife actually grew up near the Canadian border on the other side of the, God, I can't think of the name of the town. Small town. But, she grew up all over.
It's past Watertown.
Yeah, it's up like as far up north as you can go before you cross the border. So it's past all the mountains. It's not quite into the Vermont and that. You see. That Black Phoenix is out. See ya. Glad he stopped in. He didn't join he didn't do the giveaway, but.
Well, like I said, I wasn't going to join. I wasn't going to enter myself because I'd rather see a pair go to somebody who can actually use them, but I had to be here to support you, brother.
See, he should have done this. This would have matched his bike perfectly.
Yeah, it would have.
Yeah. Yeah, his bike's pretty cool. I love that. I'm definitely not against three-wheelers at all.
No.
The thing I think is funny is why can't you ride a four-wheeler on the road? If you can ride one, two, three, or four wheels in four wheels in a car, why can't you do a four-wheeler? You know what I mean? It doesn't.
You can. I mean, let me rephrase that. You can have a motorcycle converted to a four-wheeler. So
Yeah.
it's legal to ride on the road, but you're talking $40,000-$50,000.
Yeah. Yeah, that's I was thinking like the Polaris Rangers, and I love those side by sides.
Oh yeah.
Those things are pretty cool. I say with the snow, you get off the road sideways, you can drive yourself right out better than any truck. Comes with a winch on the front of it, roll cage if you roll it over. You know, I don't understand. I don't know. There's stuff out there I can't believe is actually legal to be on the road. But yeah, road rash is in here.
Well, I don't know about you or your area or anywhere else, but you know, we're in the city or Rochester, and we have people come by all the time on dirt bikes and stuff like that. Half of them have helmets, half of them don't. Half of them are stunting. You know, just being, you know, annoying and.
Yeah, that tends to be, I think, a city thing.
Yeah, I mean, and don't get me wrong, people can do what they want. I just what bothers me is one, do it at all hours, so you know sometimes it can disturb the peace. And two, I mean, if they get into an accident with somebody else, it's not just them they're affecting.
You know, and that's what my wife and I were somewhere in the car the other day, and some asshole. I'm gonna call him an asshole. He's not a biker. I'm sorry. And I know lane splitting is safer. It's not legal here. Period. If it's not legal, don't do it. Because like California, people are used to the lane splitting, so you're going to expect it. My wife was driving. I was sitting in the passenger seat because I was tired that day. I don't remember where we were going, probably Walmart or something stupid. This dumbass, I think he was even on a dirt bike too. I don't even think he was on a road bike. Right up the middle of us, you know. Car sitting here, right up through. I'm like, dude, that's not, you know. If they made it legal here, I'm all for it. Go ahead. Now, there's one time I had to do it to keep from getting hit, but other than that, it's not legal here yet. So
yeah, I don't think New York will ever make it legal. Now that, but I don't trust people here. They'll see if you've got gridiron traffic, which doesn't happen too often in my area because we're relatively small.
Yeah.
But I mean, I could see somebody see you coming up in the side mirror and be like, you know what, I'm gonna fuck this guy. Open the door and.
Well, that's the problem with New York too, being a no fault. You could fucking run somebody over. Oh, it's just going to cost me a deductible on my car.
Yep.
You know, I mean, you could turn around and probably sue them later on, but if you're freaking crippled the rest of your life, who cares about money? I mean, yeah, you still care about money, but
of course. But I know, you're preaching to the choir. My lawyer told me the other day it's probably going to be at least a year or two before this, you know. And I'm at the point where I want my down payment for my bike replaced. I want my I want my gear replaced. I want my missed time from work and my medical bills taken care of. But other than that, I don't really care about the money. But I want closure, and I can't have closure until that's done. And
yeah, that sucks. It happened to you, but you know
I'm still here, man. I'm still here.
Yeah, I know quite a few people. Well, motos and minis. We've ridden together for quite a few years before either one of us started YouTube. But there's a group that we're a part of, Erie Road Riders, Lake Erie Road Riders, and Walt that was in charge of that. He doesn't do too much with it anymore, but his brother was actually killed. They were riding motorcycles, and somebody didn't have their trailer actually hitched to the back of their vehicle, so it came loose on the highway, and it hit him on the highway and killed him. So there used to be like the first meetup we would have every year would be, you know, for that. But see, is Matt still here? Yeah, I would like to do a meetup in either like the Poconos or Adirondacks. You know, I don't live in those areas, so I'd have to be somebody helping me out with that. But like I said, if anybody, Ohio, Pennsylvania, wherever, wants to put something together, let me know. Because I only did the one meetup this year, other than our little barbecue luncheon with McStash and Bubba. I didn't expect anybody to show up to that anyway. That was last minute. Just something to do. That was a nice ride, though. Get out.
If it wasn't going to cost me 10 hours in the car, I would have been there, man.
Oh, yeah. It was about 370 miles for me round trip. So, add another 100 and something to you. Paul, double that, actually. So, let's see. All right, road reality's taking off. But if anybody wants to jump on and they got anything they want to talk about, I'm just going to sit here and drink beer a little bit. I already did the giveaway earlier, so you'll have to go back. Let me see. Yeah, I've heard of the Hatfield-McCoy trails. I don't know anything about the Devil's Den motorcycle routes. I've got quite a few pamphlets. I actually got one of those motorcycle map things. It's northern Pennsylvania and like up to the Finger Lakes and stuff. So I got to look into that one. I grew up in the Finger Lakes. So I don't know if I've ever mentioned that on here before, but I actually would like to. I've never ridden motorcycle up that way. I've never gone more than a couple hours east of here up into that area. So I'd like to do the Finger Lakes region at some point. Be some nice rides. A lot of wineries. If you're into wine and beer, Finger Lakes has it all.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons not to like New York, but I have to admit we got a lot of great scenery and a lot of great rides.
Yeah, that's why I got to get up that way and ride. My family still lives up there. I don't have much contact with my family, unfortunately. A little bit on Facebook, but I need to get off my ass and ride my bike up that way. I have a couple uncles that have bikes, and I was going to get up there and ride with them. One of my uncles used to have a couple bikes. He passed away quite a few years ago, so he had lung cancer really bad. So I got a few other uncles that ride. My other uncle's down in Daytona. He's diehard Harley from day one. Yeah, motos and minis. Yeah, there's a lot. He's been all over too. So
he was in Letchworth recently.
Yeah,
and that's actually was going to be one of my next when I gotten home before the start of the World Record Poker Run before the wreck. That I was going to ride out there because I've been out there a bazillion and 5 times, but never on a bike, and I always wanted to head out there and just.
I did. 2014 was the last time I was out there on the bike. I went out there once. It's hard though because by the time you get out there from here, you've already gone a couple hours. You know how big Letchworth is. That's all day to try to stop there,
Yeah, it's only like half an hour or so from me.
Yeah. That'd be a great spot for a meetup too, My thing is with these meetups, you got to have some place at least to have a couple rides for Mr. G took people to museums. I think that'd be great just to have a meetup, a camp out. Look at some of these female moto vlogger Instagram groups. These camp outs they keep having out west, and we had Van 21. They were having something in Virginia or West Virginia that same weekend. We saw Ride to Food.
Narissa and Stacy Wilt Ride to Food. Yeah.
Yeah. We stopped at that Sheets. I'm still waiting on a Sheets sponsor. Come on, Sheets.
I know, right? If they only knew.
They've commented on my Instagram post all the time. I'm like, that last.
Really? Throw a couple gift cards my way.
Yeah, I know. Throw me a gift card. I don't care. I'll wear a T-shirt everywhere I go. I don't care. Give me a T-shirt and just give me a $50 gift card once a month. That's good enough for me. Like I said,
give you some gas money.
Yeah. That's what I said. I'm not looking for somebody to pay me, but it'd be nice to have enough of a sponsor to help me out with the trips, like even a food sponsor or something. Like a food sponsor or gas sponsor.
Yeah, Matt said that they did more riding at minivan. Yeah, because there was a lot less rain.
I think it only rained that first day.
Yeah.
And that was it.
All things considered, I still had a great time. Definitely looking forward to heading back down that way again. I will say this: I am never doing Back of the Dragon in as big as a group as I did the first time. It was fine, but it just too many people.
Yeah, I waited it out. Bubba waited it out. So,
Well, I should have. If I was smart, I would have went with you guys. But no, I had to say that because I wasn't sure if I was going to finally end up meeting Toby or not. And as it was, I just barely met him at the very end of the night that night at that restaurant. So
yeah,
I should have went with you guys.
it was tough. We couldn't get all 6 of us together.
Well, as I said before, then I will say this: if we do another meetup where all 6 of us are going to be there, I'm not coming unless we have okay, we're meeting on this date at this time at this place.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that was the whole. I mean, we've been talking about that trip since what, last October,
right?
You know, I mean, granted, I think I was the last one to book, and it was only because I was waiting to see what New York was going to do as far as restrictions, because. You know, at that point in time, we had travel restrictions, and then they kind of finally broke them for people that were vaccinated. So
yeah, I got vaccinated. My second vaccination, like a month before. But now they're talking about that 3rd booster. I'm like, come on, are we going to be doing the booster every year or what?
You know? I sure hope not. I don't know. I'm in a rough place. Being a type 2 diabetic, I have to be careful. So, you know, I mean, I firmly believe with everything in life, there's 3 sides to every story. You know, I believe in science, but I also believe that some shit kind of got pushed through and this and that and the other thing. But, you know, I had to get the vaccine because I'm telling you right now, if I had gotten COVID without it, it probably would have killed me. So I couldn't run that risk. But as far as this booster, I mean, I'll probably take it, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, that's my thing working for a community college too. I kind of have to. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, that's the thing is, we both, my wife and I both work for a hospital, but it's attached to a university, and they just brought it down that everybody, faculty, staff, and students all have to be vaccinated.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I survived the other 2. I guess another one's not going to hurt. So, who knows? Let's say as long as they don't change anything between now and then in the recipe. I think it made me. Yeah, it made me fat. I gained a lot of weight during COVID. It must be the shot.
That was the one positive thing about my wreck. I actually lost 15 pounds over the last 2 months being stuck at home.
Yeah, my issue is I quit doing my exercise. I quit walking and stuff every day as soon as I started working the 2 jobs. I had no time. I mean, I was getting up at, well, starting now, I get up at 5:20 every morning, and I don't get home from my second job till after 10 o'clock, like almost 10:30. So. I like the money. I like my toys. Like I said, I'll retire. I'll still have a job. You know.
Same. I don't know what I'll be doing, but I'll always have to have something. That was the hardest part of being injured was this past 2 months. I mean, it was cool for like the first week, mostly because I was in so much pain and I was doped up on pain meds. But after that, it was. I mean, those 2 months were horrible. I couldn't. I probably could have went another week or 2. I went back, but I couldn't. I couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah, that's what. Years ago, when I was still running pretty hardcore, like a week before my first race of the year, I got a stress fracture in my foot. Oh, that sucked. The bonus thing was I didn't have to go to work for a month because I couldn't stand on my foot. But I was at where I was just getting ready to peak, get ready to run, you know, first race of the year by training on the track in the wintertime, getting my speed up, and something happened. One of the little bones in your foot, the seismoid bone or whatever they call it.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Had a nice big purple circle in the middle of my foot, and my foot was like this for a couple weeks. They wouldn't let me walk on it for a month. Then I couldn't run again for 6 weeks. But I don't know. I do miss being in shape, but I didn't quit eating the same.
I'm in shape.
Yeah. I'd say I don't need a 6-pack. I got a case working here. I see there was something on Instagram. They're looking for the next great dad bod. And I'm like, I don't know. You're celebrating fat people. It's, you know, not to I'm fat, people. I can say what I want. I'm a fat white cracker. I can say what the hell I want about white people and being fat, so whatever. I was fat when I was a runner. I'm even worse now. So, but there's some magazine that was doing like a contest for like the next great dad bod or something like that. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not posing in my underwear for no magazine. I mean, yeah, I guess if you paid me enough, I probably would. You know, you can pay off my next new vehicle. What the hell? Yeah, I don't see too many more comments. Did everybody leave? We're down to 6 people. We're at 55 minutes. But like I said, we did the giveaway earlier. You're going to have to go back and watch it if you didn't. And if you don't, tough shit. KEMIMOTO had their rules, and I had my rules for the giveaway, and that's the way it's going to be. You know, I might make you jump through hoops a little bit more than the average channel, but yeah, if you want something from me, you got to work for it.
Yeah.
And that's what she said.
Gas, grass, or ass, nothing's free.
I mean, at least this time they're doing the giveaway, and they're actually paying the postage and everything on it. I had to mail the gloves out to people myself the last time, because they sent me the 5 pairs, and they were all the same size, so that kind of sucked in that way, because it was all the same size, and I can only give out so many in each color. And this time I could have had 5 pairs. I don't know. Could have had 5 pairs of black, 15 large, whatever. It didn't matter. If they want to keep doing it, I'll keep doing it. I don't care. Be nice if they did something other than gloves, though. Be nice to have a pair of socks, or I don't know if they do socks or not. They do a lot of gear for like off-roading and stuff too. Let's see. Yeah, I've got the PV3. I did a couple videos for that about 2 years ago. That PV3 is awesome. Well worth the money. Get it. Especially if you've done anything else, get it. Air intake and the PV3 were the biggest 2 improvements on that bike. You can hear and feel it. Yeah, the exhaust. I did the exhaust right away. I can't stand stock exhaust. Like I said, that was one of my first mods, was the Crusher Mavericks. And the Crusher Maverick, both mufflers were 7.5 pounds total. The Scout stock exhaust was 22.5 pounds. Yeah, those things, and it kills me because people will go on like the Facebook pages. Hey, Mr. G's here.
Hey, Mr. G, woohoo!
Yeah, Bad Bobber's here now too. Cool. I think, but yeah, people are trying to sell like the stock mufflers and stuff, and everybody just rips on them. I'm like, dude, nobody wants them things. They're so freaking heavy, it's ridiculous.
Well, not only that, but I mean, on my lowrider Rexton, it has a 114 on it, and before, you know, it sounded like freaking a sewing machine with the stock mufflers.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I hated this. I hear videos. I don't have too many videos early on before the exhaust. It was kind of like right when I first started doing YouTube. I did one of those. I love that exhaust. I know going to Sturgis, those 2 days I did over 500 miles back to back, it didn't bother me. It bothered me on the 3rd day when I went to do the short ride, and I wake up in the morning. I'm like, I've got a little bit better helmet now. It's a little quieter. I don't care. I give up a little hearing for a good exhaust any day. I
already have wicked tinnitus in both ears anyhow.
Yeah. So. And it wasn't permanent damage. It didn't last too long. It's just don't try and have a conversation with me after about 500 miles, though. So that's what I say. My wife will try to talk to me after I get back from a long ride. I'm like, huh? Hey, I'm one of those people, though, when I get home, I don't care if it's from work or a ride. I'm like, I need to, like, be left alone for a couple minutes. My wife knows that, you know. Early on, she used to think I was pissed off at her. I'm like, no, whatever. If I'm having a good time or a bad time, I need to freaking come down. I'm at this level when I'm pissed. I'm at this level when I'm happy, having a good time. I need to, once I'm in the recliner and my feet are up and then, you know, I'm relaxed, you can talk to me. Or if I've had my coffee in the morning. But yeah, I don't wear earplugs. I have my My Scorpion helmet now is pretty good. Actually, people complain the Scorpion helmets were loud, the carbon fiber. It's quieter than my LS2 modular was. And it weighs about a pound less. I did reviews of those too. I got another Scorpion helmet I got to do a review of at some point. I'm kind of hanging on to it a little bit. I should do it soon though, because I don't have anything video-wise coming up necessarily.
That's been my biggest issue recently. It's trying to think of subjects for videos. I mean, yeah, I have a list this long, but most of them are things that don't really, unless you're on the bike.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of talking about it. It's funny because I'll post up on Instagram. I was like, we're so happy that you're giving us, your inside thought about, having the rack and, but then when I make a video about the rack, nobody fucking watches it.
Yeah.
I don't do videos for views, but at the same time, I don't want to spend the hours and hours it's going to take to film something, edit it, get it uploaded and all that. Nobody's going to watch it.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes because I think a video is going to do really good, and it's like I said, it does. I don't care if Mr. G does videos. He was in here earlier. I don't know if he's still here or not. He doesn't have all the expensive shit. You don't need it.
No, you don't.
Come up with stuff people want to see. Be a real person. There's so many fake freaking people. Like, we go to the meetups. 99% of those people are just genuine.
Yeah.
I'll say that we've had discussions in private chats and stuff in our group, and there's people. I've ridden with these people, and they're just. Yep. Mr. G's still here. Like I said, Mr. G is somebody that's still genuine. He's putting these meetups together. He's doing his videos,
Yep.
You don't need all that stuff. It's nice. I'm not going to say I won't buy another camera if it comes out and it's a little bit nicer, but I'm getting a little.
Couple videos I use my freaking phone.
Yeah. I like the way my videos come out on my S21. So I just bought that S21. I was having a lot of issues with memory and stuff on my last phone. Like I said, I don't have an expensive computer. I've edited since day one on a Samsung phone. If you go back and look at every single video on my channel, every single one of those was edited on a Samsung, anywhere from an S4 up to S21. So, like I said, 90% now is recorded with GoPro, but like some of my most popular videos early on, I still got a video. I think it's like my third or fourth most watched. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I did that on a Samsung S4. I think I filmed it like they do TikTok videos in portrait. And then I had like, I had like either Jackal or somebody's music in the background, which it kind of sucks now because now I'm monetized and I can't get money for that because it's got somebody else's music in it.
That's why I've been really careful about what I do because, I have no delusions that I'm ever going to be monetized. But if I ever do, I don't want to have to go back through and be like, okay, well, I can't monetize that video because I put that snippet in there or whatever.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I had a couple of my daughter's swim videos. I don't worry about those too much because nobody watches them for the most part. I still like having those on my channel though. That's one of my things too. I know my channel's not ever really focused on anything but me necessarily. Like I'll have my daughter swim videos once in a while. I kind of started doing the TikTok thing with her triathlons. I am starting to separate some of that stuff a little bit, but like I did one road trip with my wife to breweries in Michigan last year and nobody watched it. And I'm like, it's beer. That's what, there's people that do bikes and beer channels and get lots of watch time. I'm like, all right, the motorcycle wasn't in it, but whatever.
That's why I make, I don't want to say make videos for me, but I make the stuff that I feel good about and the stuff that I would like to watch. As Matt from Motos and Mini put in there, he said low tech but effective. That's the thing. You could have the best production quality in the world, but if your content is shit or I'm not interested in it, I'm not going to watch.
I can tell you, really all you need is something that's popular right now. You need a big subject. you know, something, and if you just click, it'll click. If you're right on when it needs to.
I agree, but at the same time, I don't think anybody should want to change who they are. Like, for example, last I checked, my most viewed video was on the Pan America, the 4 reasons why it will be successful and the 4 reasons why it'll fail. I think it's got like 6,500 or more, 6,500 or so views. And it wasn't that I was like jumping on the, I legit, I mean, to this day, I'm still interested in the Pan America. I mean, you know, again, like I said, in a perfect world, I'd like to have at least 2 bikes, you know, one of which I'd like to actually have an ADV bike because, you know, after this, you know, I want to be able to ride where cars can't go, you know, at least for some of my riding. And that would be cool. So, you know, I don't know.
Yep. I will say this basically was my Sturgis trip. This is where I made my biggest jump last 1 month. I gained 100 subscribers from that Sturgis trip last year. I can't wait to go again. Actually, a lot of my views lately have been from that because Sturgis happened again, so people watched. My #1 video right now is at 92,000 views. Nice. 92,000, one video. And I'm like, and like I said in previous live streams and stuff, I did no editing whatsoever. I was out in Sturgis on that day. I took all the clips off my GoPro. I put them on my phone. I put my intro, my outro, and I put automatic transitions between the clips. I didn't cut anything out. And that went up, and it still continues to go up. I mean, I get more love, more hate, and more views on that video than anything else. And that's why I laugh my ass off at the comments in that video sometimes.
So that's my thing. If somebody's going to take the time to comment, you know, they don't realize that whether their comment's positive or negative, it still helps the channel.
Yeah. Like I laugh at some of them. Like the last 2 comments I got on that were last month during Sturgis. Even though I went the year before, people were still watching them. Huge tech eat my wallet. Yeah, my wallet's bad. I don't have any money in my wallet. I have a lot of credit though. But yeah, that's like I said, I don't need to have the newest, but I still need to have good.
Oh yeah, like I said, I mean, you know, my videos obviously on the bike were done with my Hero 8. Some of the, you know, videos like this showing me here were done on the Hero 8.
Yeah.
But the last couple live ones were done on my iPhone. So
yeah.
You know,
I think when it comes to like impromptu, you're better off just throw the phone up. Let's go. You go to a concert, throw your phone up, record a video. My daughter and I were supposed to go to that damn Korn concert and stayed a couple weeks ago. God, that pissed me off. I haven't gone to a concert with her yet. She's gone to a couple. That was going to be our first concert, and they canceled it like the week before.
Right.
Because he got COVID. And that was the only 2 shows they canceled were Darien Lake and Syracuse, because Darien Lake, like you know, doesn't schedule pretty much past beginning of September. So
right, yeah.
And then Syracuse they couldn't fit it in because they rescheduled everybody from that into that time period. But I was looking forward to seeing Korn too. So
yeah,
I've never seen them, and I haven't been to a concert in a couple of years. So the last one I went to was in Pittsburgh. That was a pretty good concert. I hate Pittsburgh, but
my last concert was Darien Lake, and it was Alice Cooper and Iron Maiden, and God, that was in at least 10 years ago.
Yeah. I can tell you the last time I saw Iron Maiden was 31 years ago.
That was twice. I saw them at Darien Lake, and then I saw them in Cleveland. A buddy of mine, when I was in school for my second bachelor's, he and his cousin and both of their dads got tickets, and I was like, oh man, I was so jealous and all that. And then we're just at the end of the class. We had a night class together, and at the end of the class, he's like, hey, dude, my cousin just found out he can't get off of work. Do you want to go? And I'm like, so yeah, it was Dream Theater opened up for him, and then Iron Maiden, and we were first row after the mosh pit. It was freaking, it was amazing.
Yeah, I saw them with Anthrax. Anthrax just had that thing on Facebook. It was 31 years of their Persistence of Time album coming out, and they toured. I go, holy shit, I went to that one. That was in Rochester, too. I don't remember if that was at the War Memorial or not. I don't know if it's called the War Memorial or not anymore. I don't know if they call that place.
It is to me. I don't care what it's called. It's the War Memorial to me.
But we...
Thanks, Mr. G.
Yeah. I gotta watch my comments here. Trying to keep a track. We'll see what everybody like the micro booth. Cool. See you, Mr. G. Yeah, that's where majority of my old concerts were always up Rochester, Darien Lake. Darien Lake, I remember, like I said, Darien Lake never used to have the pavilion.
Right.
That's right. We used to have the nice mosh pit there. I saw Anthrax, Megadeth, and who else? Anthrax, Megadeth, probably Slayer. And that was Alice in Chains' first tour.
Nice.
They were the opening act. And I'm like, that's cool. Now I look back, I'm like, that's cool. Everybody knows how big Alice in Chains got after that.
Yeah.
That's like, I love these small shows too, because you see these little bands, and like 10 years down the road, man, they made a name for themselves now. Now I gotta jump on, start watching, because I know a lot of people have been doing Facebook Live stuff too for the concerts and all that. Yeah, Road Rash was just saying about the Anthrax YouTube channel. They are, I think, out of all the old school, I've seen them more than anybody else. I went to that Big Four in New York City. That was almost 10 or 11 years ago now. Yankee Stadium. Only time I ever saw Metallica. I refuse to pay $200 for tickets to go see them now, though. That's
as far as I'm concerned, Metallica died when the Black Album came out. Don't get me wrong; they had some good tracks since then, but as far as I'm concerned, it started going downhill with Injustice for All, because you had when you started having the preps and jocks saying, "Oh, I love Metallica. What's your favorite song?" One, because it was the only song that had a video at the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I've seen Anthrax maybe 4 times. I think I only saw Iron Maiden that one time, like I said, with them. I don't remember if I ever saw them outside of that.
So like I said, that one time was total. I would have never been able to go home for my buddy, and then the next time, like I said, it was probably like 4 or 5 years after that.
Later, Matt.
He was like, "Hey, man, they're coming back to Darien Lake. You want to go?" I'm like, "Yeah." So. But I listen to everything. Honestly, to this day, I still say the best concert I've ever been to was Rush at Saratoga Springs, New York. They just, I mean, I listen to everything, but it just, the show that they put on was just absolutely, from a audio visual standpoint to obviously Neil Peart's drum solo, it's just phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
I wish I could think of the name of this band. I saw them in Erie. Oh, God. I can't. It's going to drive me nuts because they were.
when you finally go to bed tonight, you're going to wake up from a dead sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, there was. I'm trying to think of what the hell the name of that band was. I want to see. They're a newer band. I mean, they've been out maybe 5-6 years now touring, but they're not huge. They're a bigger band. They have a couple albums, but I did see Testament once. Testament was good. Overkill was pretty cool to see live. They sound exactly the same live as they do on their albums, though. Overkill.
That's my one thing is too many bands, you go to see them live. I mean, okay, yeah, it's all about the experience, but they don't sound anything like they do and for some of those bands, like you're saying, Metallica, $200, that you could buy their entire discography for less than that.
Yeah. I saw Testament at one point, I think. Overkill was a good show. They're just basic. They just play the fucking music. Come on, play. That Iron Maiden Anthrax show I went to, those were over the top, back at least for the 90s. You know, they had a big giant Eddie that walked out on the stage.
They did the 2 times that I saw him too. Yep. That Iron Maiden and Dream Theater. That was the second best concert I've ever seen.
Yeah. Oh God, there's a band called Red that I listen to. They're actually originally from Linesville, Pennsylvania. They're considered a Christian band, but their fucking music, you know, it's not heavy metal, but it's heavy rock. I mean, we've gone to like 4 or 5 different small shows for them. The funny Seven's, no, it's not. My wife's on here now. It's not Seven Circle Sunrise. Yeah, Seven Circle Sunrise is pretty good. There was that one where they do like a scientific, like they even have like some comic books that they wrote. God, I can't think of the name of it. If she's still watching, she would know.
Is it Seven Circle Sunrise?
No.
Oh, okay.
I think that's one of the bands we saw. God, I haven't listened to them in a while, but they were on my Amazon playlist for riding for a little bit too. They have a real scientific sound to them. She probably knows who I'm talking about too, and I can't think of the name of it. She doesn't know. Damn. I'll remember after the live stream's over. But they're
it's always the case.
Yeah. They oh God. I don't know. I'm gonna have to forget about it now, so I'll sit here and drag it out. We saw them with somebody. I think they opened for like 10 years or something like that. It was in Erie we saw it. She thinks she knows who it is now. Yeah, Red's a good band if you ever want to try and listen to something. Even though it was the funniest show for Red. We've done to them quite a few times. They played at a couple Christian festivals we went to, which is funny. We just go to it to listen to them. Yeah, memory lapse. They played at in the middle of a field somewhere. It was like one of those religious festivals. And basically, you know, they had some traveling acts. They had some, you know, mid-level. It's not Breaking Benjamin. But they have some like.
So yeah, because Breaking Benjamin has been around for a lot longer than 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah, it's somebody that was like an opening act. Starset. There you go. Check out Starset. Even if you don't care for the music that much, they put a lot into their show. Mm-hmm. Like it's very, like they came out on the stage with like these almost like spacesuit type things. And yeah, Starset. I actually like their music. It's pretty cool. It's not like overly keyboard, you know, overly mixed. I like their style. You know, they put on a good show. We only saw them the one time. Yes. Sepultura. I saw Pantera. Pantera was probably one of my favorite shows. We saw them up in Rochester with Sacred Reich. And Sacred Reich was the opening act. Pantera came out. They had to be Cowboys from Hell, too. But that was, oh, man, that was a good show. We were at one of the other big places in Rochester, and it's one you're supposed to sit, and they had the balcony. It was one of the older ones. We went through and tore out every single railing in that thing. We started a mosh pit in the balcony. We ripped all the barriers out, and I can remember being like in like this little mosh pit my buddies and I started, and some girl jumped on me, and like she went to like ride my back as we're like moshing, but she started to slip. So she's doing one of these, and and I'm like, let's go. I can still remember that one. Yeah. Yeah, but Pantera was a band I wish I could have saw a lot more than I did, unfortunately. That Suicidal Tendencies was supposed to be the opener to a show. And he hurt himself riding skateboard and didn't want to do it. So we got some local shitty band, and they got booed off the stage. There was a local band from Rochester, and they got fucking booed bad because nobody knew about it, and everybody showed up, and everybody's like suicidal, and then so unfortunately we can't have Suicidal Tendencies here. They had to cancel part of their tour because whatever, he fell off a skateboard and broke his arm. And I'm like, dude, you're a fucking singer. You can sing with your arm like this, you know?
Even if it was a leg, he could still sing.
Yeah. So he was like, we got a band to fill in for him, and it was some band like Zaza Zeus or some shit. There was like a local Rochester band. That fucking place, boo! I felt so bad. I'm like, they probably quit playing after that. They're like, nope, not gonna happen. You know, who knows? They probably were halfway decent for a local band, but no, I want suicidal tendencies. Fuck that. But suicidal. I'm trying to think who else. There's been quite a few shows. Well, I like Breaking Benjamin and all those now. Those are, to me, those are newer bands, but
yeah.
But they've all been around. Like Red's been around quite a while. I like them, especially since they're local. Actually, they went to college with my wife, same college, Penn State Barron. So, but she got me into a lot of those ones. Yeah, Starset's a good one. I'm not sure where they're from, but they put on a good show. Just watch a couple of their videos. They're pretty interesting. I'm trying to think who else. Well, I got next concert I have booked right now is Tyler, the Creator. I actually don't mind him. He's very artistic. I don't like most modern rap. I like older stuff. Like I was always a Run DMC, and I was happy I got to see DMC in Erie with Jackal, that Row on the Shore, because they did a couple songs with him on one of their albums. They did, plus they covered like Tricky and all that. And that's why I was surprised we were watching. They were going to do this. So they got a song called Just Like a Negro. It's basically about how a black man started like a lot of the rock and the modern blues. And They had DMC is in that video. So they started playing that song. Next thing you know, DMC comes out and starts doing his line. I'm like, I've always liked Run DMC and like, yeah, even like the Fat Boys and stuff like that. Like that's what I grew up listening to as far as that. So the Aerosmith coming back with the Run DMC, and of course Anthrax with Public Enemy. Yeah, I love that song still. Let's see, Two Wheels Down is here.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to see. That's right. My wife and I keep forgetting. There's my Alzheimer's. We're going to see Theory of a Dead Man in November, right after Thanksgiving that weekend. That Saturday. See, my freaking brain is still stuck on that March concert. That, by far, is the most expensive tickets I've ever bought to. But my daughter's not here anymore watching, so, but I knew she appreciated it because I told her. I said, that's going to be it for now. See you later, Petronus Rides. Yeah, make sure you contact me. For those who won.
Yeah, I know the feeling. I took my oldest is a somehow I don't understand how, but he's a Cincinnati Bengals fan. So he wanted to go see him, and I got preseason tickets to watch them play the Buffalo Bills.
Okay.
From a coworker. Bill's side 50-yard line, like 5 rows from the sideline, like so close you could actually see the sweat coming off Chad Ochocinco's face as he was on the stationary bike on the sideline. And right after halftime, it started to drizzle. And he's like, Dad, I want to go home. I mean, keep in mind, he was only like 10 years old. And he's also my son who's on the spectrum. So, you know, I mean, I cut him some slack. But, you know, I'm like, dude, I paid full boat for these tickets. Yes, they're preseason, but I paid full price for these tickets. Dad, I want to go home. I'm like, oh. So we walk out to the Mustang. We get in the Mustang. We pull out of the parking lot. We just about to jump on 90 to head back to Rochester. Freaking gun comes out. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I used to follow the Bills a lot when I was younger. What sucked is like some of their playoff runs end up being blacked out because nobody went to the fucking games. Yeah.
Well, I'm a lifelong Dolphins fan. That's another story for another day. But yeah, I've been a Dolphins fan since 1975. So
I used to like the Vikings. I like the way they're always, you know, the purple people eaters. Like there was a frustrating team to follow. I mean, they had the highest scoring the last year I really followed them. They had the highest scoring offensive team in NFL history. I think they were like 14-2.
Yep, and Gary Anderson couldn't kick a freaking field goal.
They fucking lost. I think the first round of the playoffs. Like they got the bye week, and this first week they fucking or the second week they lost. I'm like,
I must be thinking of a different season because I was thinking of the season they went to the NFC Championship game and lost to the Falcons, who went and got crushed by the Broncos.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I can remember we got Warren Moon. Warren Moon had a couple good years. He had what's his name from the not Jesus, what's his name? McMahon.
Mm-hmm.
McMahon came in for like they would get players that were like almost washed up. They'd have come in, do a good season, and gone. Kind of like Bills did with Doug Flutie. They had him sitting on the bench. He comes in and holy shit, he's good, and then gone. Frank Reich, sit him on the bench, bring him in. The next week he does whatever. That's what Frank Reich got the Bills to the Super Bowl that one year because Kelly was sitting out with an injury.
Yeah, they had the game against the Oilers. It was the greatest. Still playoffs, but before the 28-3 thing with the Patriots, it was the biggest comeback of any team in NFL playoff history.
Yeah, and that wasn't on TV because blacked out locally.
I actually got to see it because at the time I was stationed in Texas because I was in the Army at the time, so I got to watch it.
Yeah, I was still living back home, and it was like we were still within the 75-mile blackout range or something like that. Or at least our TV came from Rochester, and some reason we couldn't get it out of Syracuse either. Syracuse had probably like the Jets or the Giants or something on.
Yeah, because Rochester's right within that blackout window. Yeah. Syracuse is just outside of it, but I don't know. That honestly, that's the only reason. Back when we actually still had TV, that was the only reason we had DirecTV is because I wanted a Sunday ticket to be able to watch the Dolphins games. But they sucked for so long that plus DirecTV was jerking us around, so we got rid of them and. We haven't had regular TV since. I mean, we have all the streaming stuff, but. Yeah.
We went back to Spectrum. Actually, my wife got a deal because we were just watching everything on Amazon or our box.
Right.
Our Fire Stick. We ended up getting, there was some deal through Spectrum my wife got. We basically got HBO Max. We got 4 free Apple TV players. What else? Our internet speeds went way up. Like our internet was lagging bad with whoever we had before. Matter of fact, I almost thought it was Spectrum, but she must have done something with that.
But, yeah, that's who we have right now for our internet is Spectrum. And I can't stand them, but we don't have too many choices here. We do have fiber internet available here, but it's not available in my neighborhood. So
what's funny about internet, people that have been around my channel long enough to know the band in New York. I went to court for those tickets back in August, I believe, maybe end of July, August, something like that. And they didn't have internet. The courtroom was so fucking far out in the country. It was like their courtroom was here. Their fucking salt and plow trucks were on the other side of the wall. I'm like, and they were like some big metal steel building out in the middle of nowhere. I'm like, yeah, it was like a county sheriff that got me that day. And by all means, I was speeding that day, but I didn't know about that other stupid fine, New York State. I got out of those too. I got out of the speed. I went in there and I talked to the district attorney of that podunk, backwoods podunk there. And basically I showed him, I said, I didn't know anything about it. I said, I went home, paid whatever stupid fee for New York State. And I showed him, I said, I paid that right away. I took care of it. And he was like, that's all we need to know. He says, we'll just drop it to the minimum. So I went from possibly losing my privileges in New York altogether to a $75 fine. I'm like, okay, I'll take that.
Yeah.
I still got to drive into New York for a few more years. So once I hit retirement, my last day working in New York State, I'm gonna go run a Corvette or a Lamborghini. I'm gonna drive that. I'm gonna go down Interstate fucking 86 as fast as I can get that goddamn thing to go. Like, you go ahead and take my privileges away, New York. I'm never coming back.
Just make sure they don't catch you, because before you in jail, you'll be in New York forever.
If I'm driving that fast, I don't think they're going to catch me anyway. I'll get some of those push button things that flips the license plate up. Oh, hell, we've been on for an hour and a half.
Yeah, I was about to say, I actually have to go into the office tomorrow, so I should think about starting to head towards slowing down for the night.
Yeah, I got to finish this beer off. I got to get up in the morning too, so that's what I like about the weekend streams. We do them a little bit earlier. I don't usually drink during the weekend ones, but I would like to do this a little bit more when I'm not working. So I'm glad you came on. I would have been lonely.
Like I said, I wasn't going to enter the contest, but I definitely had to support you, brother.
I also got to put my bike back in the shed. Neighbors aren't going to be too happy.
Oh, speaking of which, thanks for reminding me. I had a question earlier. We kind of got sidetracked. Okay. So with Harley, I know that like if you do any aftermarket stuff while you're still in your warranty period, it blows up your warranty. Does Indian do the same thing?
I don't think that's legal. It depends. I mean, if you're gutting your whole engine, it might be one thing. But I think
because I was told by my local dealerships, not just my main dealer, but basically I was told that if you do anything like anything more than like slip-on exhausts, and if you use any tuner that's not a Harley-Davidson tuner, once they hook it up to the Harley-Davidson computer system, it'll automatically flag it. So no matter where you take it to, in the Harley world, it'll be seen as your what do you call it? Your warranty is void.
I don't know if that's even legal. There's some law, and I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, like a Magnuson or Mag. Somebody else would know about it. Because I've seen so many people talk about that, and I'm like, I've had a tune on my bike from the PV3 tune from Dyno Jet since 2 years ago. And I've had it inspected.
Hey, Open Roader. Yeah, I've heard different stories. I mean, at the end of the day, it's all going to come down to what your dealership is going to do. I mean, if your home dealership is cool and says, we don't have to hook it up to the machine to do this, that, or we can figure something out, that's one thing. But like with me, like I said, I mean, with my Lowrider S, it sounded like a sewing machine, and I only put slip-ons on. Those Vance and Hines I had on there for Van, they were just slip-ons. I didn't do it full exhaust, and it sounded 100 times better. So
yeah, your bike sounded good. So yeah, there was the first exhaust I ever heard on a Scout was before I got mine, and I was at a gas station here in town filling up my car.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden, I hear this really loud rumble coming up the road. I'm like, here I am expecting like a Chevelle or something like that. There's a fucking Scout. It was the first time I ever. It was when the Scouts probably first came out. There's this one exhaust, and I don't know the name of the company. There's a couple of them that do it now. But basically, it's the two pipes going to one, and it's like the fucking opening is like this big, and it's just, I mean, there's like a Hacker Mayhem exhaust, which basically is like take your whole exhaust off and put a tailpipe on it that's like this big with holes in it. I'm like, yeah, that's just go buy some buy a couple tubes from Advanced Auto and just clip them on. I'm like, those things are so freaking loud. I do like the sound of that, but like I said, I travel on my bike. There's certain limits with. Like I said, I was almost half deaf after the Sturgis trip for a couple days. So, like I said, I love loud exhaust, but there's a limit when you're going to travel on the bike.
Right, yeah.
If I ever switch out to a different bike for touring, I may switch the Scout back to more of a low I don't want to say bar hopper because I don't bar hop. I don't believe in that. But like if I want to go out and jump on for a short ride, I like taking, with the new bars on there, I like taking the windshield off. It's comfortable now. But before, because I would take everything off my bike to go get it inspected, because they would actually charge you more to inspect the bike if they got to take anything off.
Really?
At my dealership, they'll charge you if they have to take it off, you know. So my thing is, the only time I would change my exhaust on that bike again is if I was gonna, like I said, if I got another bike for touring, which I was eyeing up another bike today. I was going to get my daughter, but we won't talk about that. Somebody had a Vaquero. I always like the Kawasaki Vaquero was one of my favorite because I had a Kawasaki before. My only thing is they're heavier bike. And Kawasaki's hard to get aftermarket stuff for too. So it's not like Harley.
No problem with it, you know. I mean, like I said before, I mean, I'm not leaving any bike off the table, but you know, it's frustrating when you Harley has this huge aftermarket, and you know, I don't know.
Yeah. I was surprised I didn't see anybody else from our live stream hop on tonight.
Mixed Dash was on for a bit.
Yeah, Mixed Dash was on, but like Sinister and Bubba's probably grilling up some barbecue at his house.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Toby's in Texas, so I wasn't expecting him to be around.
I think he went back home though.
Oh, he is? Well, he's got a lot on his plate right now.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, he's probably back in school now too, though, because he's still taking.
That's right. I forgot. Yeah.
Because college started up again this week.
Yeah. So. Kristen had her orientation today. She starts official classes on Monday. Or I'm sorry, Tuesday, because of Labor Day.
Yeah. But yeah, we're going on 20 minutes to 10 here, and people.
Yeah, I gotta head out, man.
But I'm gonna go back in and finish my beer. And longest live stream I've ever done. We've had a lot to talk about though, with that being planned, other than the giveaway, which was way earlier. For those of you looking for it, good luck. I gave you one clue, and that's all I'm going to give. But all right.
Thanks to everybody who showed up. Make sure you like this video on the YouTubes. Helps a lot, and thank you. We'll be back doing live streams with the Old Spice Posse. Still looking for sponsors for our live streams, even if it's for a giveaway. I'd love to start doing giveaways on our live stream. That would be cool. That would be I don't care if it's a stick of deodorant, you know, half used stick of deodorant, couple dirty socks. Half used is half new. Yeah. We'll send you half a stick of deodorant. We'll even pull the hairs off it before we ship it out. All right, brother. Thanks for having me on, and catch you on the flip side. Take care, everybody. I'm going to go finish my IPA, and thanks for watching, everybody. This is the longest one I've ever done, so I got to go get up for work in the morning. So, and of course, I got to get this thing shut down. Bye for now.